Welcome, everybody. Far away.
Coach, what are you seeing out of the team in the exhibitions and what we need to improve for next week?
Oh man, I said this last night. I think we got to get tougher. I like this group, but we got to get tougher. Something that's really bothering me, and hopefully it goes away when the season starts. But this free throw line stuff is scary. I guess we were 11-26 last night. That's scary. I think we got to get better offensively and defensively of what we're doing. It's been a process. We got some new guys like everybody else, so that's not a huge excuse. But we just got to get tougher, a little bit tougher.
How is the addition of all the newcomers coming in? How have they gelled so far? Is there anyone who's really kind of staking a claim for more minutes so far out of that group?
No, I just think that everybody is trying to find their way with the defensive and offensive terminology, the way we want to play, our culture, the way we do things around here. I think that Truman and Cam could help us down the line, but they got to figure out what we're doing offensively and defensively so they can help us on the basketball court. I thought Trojan has really played well all year long in the summer and in practice. He's starting to get comfortable. I think Toon has been a big surprise to everybody. And I told Toon after last year that teams wasn't guarding him, that he had to get better offensively. And man, he's taken it to another level, so hopefully that's going to help us a lot.
Coach, you talk about free throws and that needs to get better. Is that something that you're actively working on every day of practice? I know some coaches have their own ways of doing free throws and making sure.
You need to ask that guy right behind you. He knows how many free throws we shoot. I mean, it's scary because I'm sitting there and we're getting to the foul line, which is hard to do sometimes. We'll get to the foul line and we're going 11 for 26, and I'm just going, that's scary, man. That's scary, and we work on it a lot, and hopefully, open the night we make some free throws.
When it comes to guard play with KK and Kellen both out, how have you kind of navigated figuring out who's going to kind of fill into that point guard role?
Well, Casey's going to be there. Christian Hughes has earned his stripes to get some minutes to start right now. And then you have Jonathan Lawson. And then this is where Truman comes in to play a JUCO player, talented player, but he has to figure out what we're doing offensively and defensively because it's hard to put somebody out there that just don't know what they're doing. So I like our guard core, but like it better that the Robinson boys were healthy, but you know they're not healthy. That's water under the bridge right now. So it's going to be by committee. It's going to be by committee.
How confident are you that they'll be ready, I guess, Monday and especially come conference play?
We'll be ready. Let's just be honest. Everybody, as Coach Baker said, I'm going to tell you something, Coach. Everybody's watching film, not liking what they're seeing on film. And that's what coaches do. Sometimes we over-criticize when we watch film. But we're talented enough. We got enough length. We can guard you. There's no doubt in my mind we can guard you. I'm a little perplexed about, the last game we gave up 25, then we gave up 42. Did the same thing in the Pine Bluff game. Gave up 49, then gave up 28. So it's there for us to guard people. We just got to keep working on it. It's a process.
Coach, early part of the season, a lot of teams out there, brand new teams, a lot of transfers. Does that make it more difficult as you prepare for the early non-conference games in terms of trying to figure out what exactly you're going to be facing and what the personnel is going to be?
I thought the Pine Bluff game and the game last night was hard because you really didn't have any. You can watch film. It's just what they run. The players are not in that film. But now we're going to be getting film who we're going to be playing against and who's going to be in those actions, which is going to make it a lot easier to get prepared for.
Following up what kind of Jack had asked you with KK, obviously this is the second season now that he's not been available, and last year you kind of did the same thing with the point guard by committee kind of thing. And, at times the point guard play was an issue. So just do you feel more confident now, or do you kind of have more of an idea of how you kind of want to kind of have that floor general, or who you see kind of filling that role?
So right now it's going to be Casey and Jonathan, and I can't put Jonathan out there a long time at that stretch because he's going to get tired. It's going to be by committee. All these guards we got, somebody got to step up, and the way we play, it's not like it's a bunch of pick and rolls. We hit the elbow and then we go play off the elbow and we make our reads and make our cuts. But it's going to be by committee. And you can't lose the OVC Player of the Year and then Kellen Robinson, who's the best player all summer long. Coach Baker and myself were saying, how lucky can we be to get a kid like this? He was the best player, hands down, on my basketball team. And him and his brother go down 3 weeks apart. But at the end of the day, we still got enough talent that we got to win some basketball games. We're capable.
Coach, I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk to you since the announcement that you guys are moving conferences. What is that mean for you guys especially? And I mean, is it gonna mean that you kind of want to go out on a high note in the OVC?
Yes, definitely want to look. And I'm not being funny. If KK was I don't know, what did we finish third place last year? I don't know, tied for third. If KK was healthy, we'd have had a good chance to win the league. But he wasn't. We're definitely going to try to win the OVC. There's a lot of good teams in this league, no doubt about that. But I like my team, and we got a tough schedule coming up.
Talk about that schedule after game one. You guys don't come back to the state of Arkansas for a month. Kind of feels like that's what every year is now. I mean, is that by design? What do you learn from that?
That's going to be a trip's going to be fine with me because that's going to be an NBA trip for me. I know how to pack and I know how to be on the road. I don't know how Ray Tucker's going to handle it, but it's an NBA trip for me. So we're going to pack and be ready to play. There's no sense of coming back. You got to take one game at a time. And I've said this: you go on the road, but you go on the road early. You can catch teams early on the road for road games, for road wins. Late in the season, it's tough to go to somebody's house and get a win. But early, if we play well, make free throws, and rebound and defend the way we're capable, we'll win our share on the road.
You talked about Toon being a different kind of player. Last night he's coming down the court full speed, dribbles between his legs, doing things. I won't say he looked like Magic Johnson. He was pretty awesome.
No, he has. He's taken a level from here to here, and I just sit there and I watched him. And I told him after last year, I said, teams are not guarding you, Toon, man. You got to work on your game. You got to work on your handle. Well, it's going to be tough for me to play you, man. And I would love to have you back. It's going to be tough to play you. And wow, he worked on his shot. He worked on his handle. More than anything, Ray, I just think he's a more confident player. Sometimes you can just get some confidence, and he has some confidence right now. He's a good player offensively and defensively for us.
I was up at Arkansas State last week, and they don't have one single returner on their roster. And brand new coach, so just, I know you only have a few returners, but just kind of how does that help you, especially early in the season, kind of having some guys like Toon or Jonathan that have been through it and kind of know what to expect?
It helped, and Christian Hughes, who's been with me for 3 years, and Caleb, who played last year, they can help the new guys with what we're doing offensively and defensively with the terminology and where to be at. They have been coaches on the floor, which is good for me. And I feel for A-State, if they got nobody return, I mean, he has to do a lot of coaching and get his terminology in offensively and defensively. And it's just hard. But this is the NCAA now. This is the way it is. The transfer portal and NIL. It's going to be changes every year.
You touched on Terry on there. How has he looked through these first couple of games, and what kind of role do you expect him to have here in this early part of the season?
I think he's how should I say it, a poor man version of Toon right now, who's going to, by the time OVC gets here, is going to be doing some of the same things as Toon doing. Maybe not offensively, but defensively, he's way ahead of schedule. He's been working on his shot. He has length, has a very good basketball IQ. So he's going to help us, and he's going to play minutes. He's just going to get better and better.
Well, I got one just with, you have obviously a professional background as well, but just, some of the coaches around the country have had thoughts on it. But I'd like to ask what your opinion is on kind of some of these, you got players coming from the G League now, coming down to college basketball, and kind of just the Wild West as it is right now. How do you have any thoughts on kind of the landscape right now?
I don't know how you can play in the G League for 2 or 3 years against professional basketball players and then decide, well, okay, I'm not good enough to make it to the NBA. Let me go to college and see if I can make some money. Eventually, there's going to have to be some rules put in to prohibit that or protect us coaches, because that's a tough one right there. That's really crazy to me. I was shocked when I saw that. Shocked.
What do you see as a successful non-conference? Like, is there a win number? What are you hoping to see between now and when OVC play tips off in January?
Man, if I come back home off this road trip and I'm 500, Ray Tucker and I are going to celebrate. It's a tough trip. It's a tough trip. We won on the road last year. We went to Tulsa, went to San Antonio. We got killed by Arkansas and Illinois, but we're capable of going on the road and winning games, especially early. So myself, I'm really looking forward to it. I am. It's a challenge for my guys.
Last one, Coach, just with the OVC, obviously you're focused on your squad, but just kind of the overall kind of the outlook of the conference. Just any teams that stand out or anything you're thinking with that?
Don't know. Have not looked at anybody's roster. I started looking at some teams because I'm a basketball junkie. People think I watch the NBA. I haven't watched the NBA in 5, 6, 7 years. I've never watched the NBA. So I watched a little bit of Texas State play at Division II school for about 5 minutes, just taking a look. Haven't seen SEMO. So whenever these teams play, I'll take a look on ESPN Plus, a quick look, and just kind of watch it for 5 or 10 minutes. And now I usually go, well, yeah, we can play with them. Yeah, we can play with them. Yeah, we can play with them. So I don't know what teams got. I'm not even worried about the OVC right now. I'm worried about Marquette and West Virginia and Ball State and Murray State and Texas State and University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's what I'm worried about right now. That's a heck of a schedule.
Can a G League player enroll at semester?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just talking about a guy that's 24, 25 years old. All of a sudden, he can come and walk into this building
Crazy.
and play basketball. All that's doing really is hurting high school, really good high school basketball players. If I got a chance to take a 24-year-old G League player, I'm going to take him over a really good high school player. He's developed, he's physically ready, he's mentally ready. It's really just hurting high school players. It's really killing them.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.